the stage, please keep your hands clapping for JamJam!
So you guys, make sure you treat people right, okay? Especially the younger generation, because they will be taking care of you when you're old. And I had an uncle. He was an asshole. And you knew he was an asshole because when he came to your house, he just automatically went into his white beater and his tighty whities. And you're like, why are you in your underwear in my house? And he was the type of guy that just yelled at the kids, stop playing in the house, stop having fun, stop being kids. Like, what? And so fast forward to his funeral. We didn't really like him, so I never walked up to a casket and laughed, but I walked up to him and he was in a white beater and sweatpants, and I was like, y'all wrong for this. He was sitting there, he looked like he wanted to say something, he was like, and my aunt went up to him and said, stop making that face, acting up at your funeral, and slapped the shit out of him. I don't know if y'all heard, but Trump is like up in the polls, like, who the hell is voting for Trump, right? And if he becomes president, we're going back to slavery, guys, okay? And by us, I mean all of us. I mean Jamaicans, Mexicans, Asians, y'all bring your computers. It's not gonna be a fun thing. Speaking of remedials, I was in remedial classes for a while in elementary school because I didn't like to read, so that was something. I saw some shit in there. So there were these triplets. There was Blind Amber. I mean, no, not Blind Amber. Blind Mary. Bald Amber. And Raspy Anita. She had a really raspy voice. It sounded like she was hiding some testicles somewhere. And I was like, hey, Anita. And Anita, she was a fighter. She got in a fight over a pencil one day with Stutter Gary. And I remember like it was yesterday. Gary was like, you have my pencil. And Anita was like, fuck off, Gary. And Gary was like, yes you do. My name's right there. And Anita was like, fuck off. Fight me. And they got in a fight that day, and that was something else. Still got time up here. So I like to think of myself as a cross between Clooney and Pitt. You can call me Clit. More than 4 minutes. So I was in my Prius one time, and I was driving. Never drive a Prius. Do not buy a Prius. It is a stupid car. It's shaped like a vagina. So I was parked, and I was waiting for my mom to come out, and I was sitting there, and a guy came up, knocked on my door, and showed me his phone. And he was like, Uber? And I was like, no. And he started opening the door. I'm like, no. And he's like, no. And I'm like, no. And he's like, no. And I'm like, no. And he's like, no. And he keeps trying to get in my car. I'm like, no. And then, so I was just like, fuck it. I let him in, and I took him to the airport.